Happy Monday, Madcap Toys fans. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend and everything has gone well with you. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing subscribing to the Madcap Toys family? We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know. And comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. It has been a busy weekend for us. As you guys know, in the last video, we did some family stuff, and we are back home now. So now I just got to worry about unpacking, putting it all back, doing the wash, fold, and put that up, and do some other things. So along with that, we have been processing orders and getting it ready for today's AM, which you guys have already been through. And then of course I've got some that are kind of hanging over that will go on to Tuesday. So busy doing that and keeping things afloat. This weekend, as far as sales go, haven't been the greatest as most weekends. Seemed like there was a slowdown, whether it be Madcap Toys or Madcap Toys Plus, Poshmark and Mercari. They all made sales, but it wasn't and as far as how many per day that we normally have or would have liked could be, because of course Friday evening, Saturday, and so far today on Sunday afternoon we have not listed, either one of us, so that could be the reasoning. But we're going to make sure that we do that, and we've already basically got our sales written down and so forth, so it's just a matter of doing those things. Still trying to find a couple things for next shipment, because I've already got Monday AM that you've already been past, already packed, stacked, and ready to go. It's just a matter of doing a little bit of ahead and going into Tuesday. We didn't really do any yard sales. If you guys live in the Midwest, you'll know it was cold, chilly, wet, rainy all day, all night. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I came home to it. Our grass looks terrible. That's why I didn't film it, because of the dandelions mostly, but it's grown up because of the fact it just grows really well after a bunch of rain. So once the rain comes down and the grass dries up, we will begin to mow again and make it clean there. But yeah, just had a lot of wet, cold weather, so didn't really do anything major outdoors. We did have a cookout. Thank you, Justin, for cooking the hamburgers and hot dogs, and to all the rest of the family for bringing in baked goods and helping with cleanup and all of that. And I helped my mother-in-law through, made a few cool dishes I never made. So it was awesome. Of course, I'm from New York, so I have never had made to date, since I've been here nearly over 30 years, a persimmon pudding. Well, Friday, life changed, and I did. I followed instructions carefully with some help, supervising, and made my first persimmon pudding. So I'm an official Indiana Hoosier now, because I made persimmon pudding. Everybody loved it. There was nothing left. And then also made a mayonnaise cake, homemade, and then homemade frosting from scratch. There was no cake left by the end of the day, so that was a good sign. So no leftovers there. So happy, excited, was glad to see all my children and grandchildren. And if you kids are watching, thanks so much for helping us out and just being a part of Mama's and Papa's lives today. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. All right, let's get to it. You came to the video for something, so we're going to share it with you. There's one thing that high volume sellers on eBay regularly do. Can you guess what that is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. The one thing that high volume sellers on eBay regularly do is always check pricing consistently. Not like every day on items, but if you have items that are in your collection, if you have collectibles, say with us, we have some vintage toys, etc., that we do have listed. We regularly, or even coins, right, Daren? We check on those regularly. For Daren, in the coin area, we always look at spot price, especially if it's silver, to make sure that we are in the game. Also to make sure we're still making money, especially if we bought it low. We want to sell it, at least comfortably to where, buyers can still buy it. But also, too, if we bought really low, we still want to price it up as best we can and so forth. So Daren is constantly comping and pricing, keeping the coin prices up. For myself, if we do vintage toys or collectibles, we have something really, really collectible, I make sure that I, comp it, look at it, see what it's going for, etc. One thing is guys, if you're a reseller, and this is something we don't have, I think I have one listing of it, but it's not really that important, that you have that was once a fad and is no longer a fad. For instance, Beanie Babies. Back in the day, in the 90s, when it was brand new and fresh, and the Tide company was brand new to everyone, and they were putting out lots of different exclusive types of bears and other kinds of animals and so forth, like the Princess Diana bear back in the 1990s and so forth. There was different certain bears and likenesses that were worth more money back then. So people were putting some up to like $200, $300 and so forth. And then you had more of the common Tie Beanie Babies that didn't cost as much. Maybe they put $10, $15, $20, etc. on there. Nowadays, if we just jump up all the way to 2025, those same bears may or may not be worth that price anymore. They may be worth more, or more oftentimes they may be worth a lot less. I've seen folks that have kind of looked at things at social media groups going, I went to this yard sale, or not a yard sale, but antique store the other day, and they had their Beanie Baby prices as if it was 1990 again. Maybe those people actually paid at least half of that amount or most of that amount and is reselling it for that high. B, they didn't do their comps right. They haven't looked at social media as of late, or looked at the eBay comps late to see if they're competitive or not. They just put a price right and put it out there to see where it goes. But if you are looking to move these products, make sure you keep making your profit, of course, right? You don't want to hold back on that. But still do the comp, do the looking to see what it's worth. Maybe if you have to do it once every 3 months, every 6 months, what have you. But make sure those collectibles, you know exactly what they're worth and how much you paid and so forth. A lot of times what Daren and I have done, even with coins, and sometimes we'll put like on the back of the coin, or maybe on a slip of paper, an Excel sheet, a C for cost, what we paid for it. For instance, we had a coin, we paid $31, C 31, and then over the years we still have it. We know what to comp for. Okay, we paid $31. We want to make sure that we're making a percentage, of course, higher after fees and all of that good stuff, that we're still getting our money back and profit. But we do the comping to make sure, because sometimes some different coins, depending on the denomination, depending on the year, depending on the condition, it can increase significantly in price. So again, whether it's fad toys, if it's coins, if it's postage stamps, whatever you collect, one thing, and if you're a high volume seller especially, always be taking at least a moment every few months or every so often, comping those really high collectibles and items to make sure that you are flowing along with the market. Hopefully that makes it pretty clear. If you guys have any more input on that, let me know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And then of course, as you know, if you're a high volume seller, if you sell thousands and thousands of items, it can kind of get difficult. You kind of lose your way a little bit because you have thousands of items, whether they're a lot of common and you got a little bit of collectible or what have you across the board. It can get crazy. Life can get tough. You're trying to make sure everything stays refreshed, redone, the pictures, the pricing, the description, trying to be competitive. All of those things are always kept in mind. So a lot of times doing those things, comping those high collectibles, can be thrown to the side a little bit. But just always be mindful. Maybe put it on a calendar every 3 months, every 6 months, whatever you decide to do, that you're going to want to go through those and make those decisions by looking through, pulling whatever you need to up and looking at them and pricing them the way you would like to do. Some people say, hey, I got the price I want, I'm not moving, and that is perfectly fine. But again, if you want to sell it, you basically want to see what the most and the average person is pricing it for. And if it makes sense for you to make it even at least a little bit of profit on top of what you paid, at least you can move it through. And I've seen it done time after time. All right, so we're going to get to it. And I'm probably later on going to try to find maybe an item that I've been looking for that hopefully I'll be able to do it. Thank you, Daren, for finding Bicentennial Man DVD. That is now going out in the Monday AM. And again, I think when we first started, we did get a few items from the pallets that we just started putting on shelves. Kind of a mistake, because now those little items are getting harder to find. So again, I may look out here to do a quick run to see if I can see the specific item is available, because it's going to be due for Tuesday Tuesday, and if not, I'll have to go back to the totes to see if I can find it. But let's get started, shall we? And we're gonna go to Madcap Toys Plus. I will catch you up soon on Poshmark and Mercari. They have been making sales. We haven't ignored them. They have been doing well. But we've been consistently making some sales on eBay on both Madcap Toys and Madcap Toys Plus. So today we're going to go to Madcap Toys Plus here. And first up, from a pallet buy, we do sell intimates, whether it be women, men, and children, constantly doing that every now and then. And this brand of bra from Auden from Target is just amazing. I sell these often. Daren looks at these as gold mines, because every time if we get a clothing pallet, and we see a few Audens in and around there, he's like, oh, that's a good deal, isn't it? That's really cool. I'm like, yeah, they sell really, really good. So very much good quality there. Women's lightly lined strapless bra from Auden, black size 36C, found in the gingerbread bag. And this one, was, of course, is a sellout, particularly from the size. Sold for $8.99 plus shipping to boot. Really, really awesome. Like, again, I love it. And that was a very good deal. You know, bras, men are basically, you know, if you're getting one for under $20, you're doing a good thing, especially if you're buying quality. And then, of course, if you're getting up there into the high brands, women, you know what I'm talking about, Victoria's Secret and all of them, you know, you're getting up into the 50s, 60s, even maybe $100 or more for a bra. It's definitely true. But these are ones that are from a local department store, but these are very, very good quality, and thankful for that. Another pallet buy. This is seasonal. So when we talk about seasonal, when we talk about when someone wears something for St. Patrick's Day in this case, or Christmas, etc., people are still buying this. So in this case, this t-shirt is actually a St. Patrick's Day shirt, even though it shows a mushroom on front. It does say, I think it says like feeling lucky, but it is that. But you know, they're even buying them after the holiday is over, so it's great. Squishmallows, very popular, trendy, fad kind of collectible there, those pillows. Rainbow boxy short sleeve graphic t-shirt, green size medium. And this is a sellout, another sellout. And the shirt sold for $12.99 plus ship. Again, when I had the pallets, especially recently, the clothing pallets only paid $1 a piece for these clothing. So as you know, 1,200% markup, not including the shipping. So very, very good. All right, and we do yard selling and making deals with folks that do flea markets, etc. This was a media buy, of course, found in the Toy Barn. Xbox 360 WWE 13. This was from 2012. And this game looks like we had a little bit of a discount there. Either accepted an offer or sent a coupon discount. This one sold for $7.61 plus ship. Very, very good. And we have a lot more Xbox 360 and all kinds of games. And you'll be seeing as the videos go on this week, we have sold more and more video games. So excited about that. And again, from a Target pallet buy. This is from Wild Fable, black women's short sleeve double tie versatile t-shirt, size large, found in the Frosty bag. And this shirt sold for $7.99 plus ship. Very nice. And again, more from a media buy. We've been buying media here and there, not only in yard sales, but also we did some mass from a what we call a pallet retailer that sold used DVDs and CDs. And we had a lot of children movies mixed in there, and cartoons. Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Ham, one of my favorites, and other favorites from 2003, found in the media shelf. And this DVD sold for $5.99 plus ship. Very nice. And some more media. Pulling this up here. Seems like when my thumb goes like this, all of a sudden the website goes this way and goes away. It's crazy how that works. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm actually surprised the Toy Barn is actually allowing me to have a little bit of internet in here today. So it's amazing how that's working out. All right. And anyway, next up, more media. Another DVD. I put this on recently, listed it. From 1987, found in the media shelf. Can't Buy Me Love. The case wasn't that great, but I always make pictures of like the front, the back, the inside, and if I see there's a crack on the end of the, and the end of the DVD, like on this side, I will actually show that. And I think this one had that. I explained even if there's split cracks on the jewel case as well, if it's a CD, front, back, etc. And this one was found in the media shelf. This one sold for exactly what I listed it for, $6.99 plus ship. Very great. And my heart fell when I sold this, but you know what? If I wanted it that bad enough, I could have kept it. The only thing is I bought it at a yard sale. This one wasn't complete. It didn't have the people, of course, which, a lot of times they don't, but most importantly, it didn't have the plastic, what do you call it? The cord or the plug, where you would pull it along. It was like a yellow, pull. So because of that, I kind of priced it, and it was a little bit on the inside. You could tell it was, of course, roughed up, but this piece is from 1965. So how much more are you going to find these laying around in great condition? So got this at a yard sale. I think I paid about $5. Again, incomplete, but someone asked for an offer and we took it. This is the 1965 vintage Fisher Price number 192 school bus, of course, found in the toy barn. And it sold for $14.99 plus ship. So I was pretty competitive in pricing and took a couple of dollars off, again, because of the incompletion there, and was ready to do that. And next up, another media buy. This one didn't have its original case. Kind of really dirty, so I had to kind of clean up the CD as well, and then put it in I wouldn't call it new, but a unoriginal case. And I did explain that it was not in an original jewel case, and put a plastic one that we've had from previous yard sales. This is Lonesome Crowded West by Modest Mouse, CD from November 1997. Of course, this starting today is ones that we have shipped out actually this very day, recording, packing it for Monday. So again, Madcap Toys were pretty much caught up on that. And this CD sold for exactly what I priced it for, $6.99 plus ship. Very nice. I love that. We try to do our best to buy CDs and DVDs and any kind of media in big lots. So, the CD could range anywhere under 50 cents. Depending on, what yard sale that we bought, a whole bunch from, etc. And this next one, retail arbitrage this a while back. This is probably about 2 or 3 years ago that I found these dolls that Walmart had slashed and pennied them out right before the beginning of the fourth quarter for only $2.50 each. And I said, must have. I had granddaughters that were smaller at the time. And there was probably a good half of a side case full of them. And I basically, they had 2 different kinds and looks, and I took them all what they had, probably about 8 or 9 of them. So I'm only down to a couple of one kind left, and the other kind is a sellout. This is My Sweet Love, Sweet Baby, 4-piece cuddly plush pal. I put gray kitty, brand new in box, and I think the other one had some kind of other teddy bear or animal, another color at one time. And again, I have 2 of these baby dolls left, and this sold for $14.95 plus ship, and even had a perfect box for it too. Only had to cut the box down just a little bit to make sure that the height wasn't too big, so that the post office doesn't charge twice as much for it, but it worked out beautifully. And one of the newer bags for clothing at the Merry Mint bag had a pair of pants in it. These were really nice and cute. Brand new with tag. Women's animal print high-rise skinny ankle-length pants from a New Day size 10R. And Daren said today, what's R? And I said regular. So it means 10 regular and women's. Again, found in the Merry Mint bag. These lovely pair of pants for spring and summer sold really nice for $7 plus ship. So made my money back 700%. So really did good. And next up, brand new with tag, and I don't have this particular size left, but I do have these kinds of underwear still left, brand new in bag and other sizes, etc. But this particular package was found in the Rudolph bag. And this is the girls 10-pack cotton girl shorts from Cat and Jack, size 14. And this package of underwear sold for $7.99 plus ship, which is really, really good. You know, if you're buying underwear anymore, goodness, even for adults, you're looking at $11.99 to $15.99 and up. So I'm sure children, I haven't personally bought them in a while for children, but I know my kids have. But you know, they're getting higher up there than they used to be when my kids were smaller. So $7.99 plus ship is not too bad for these. And lastly, we sold a DVD. It was actually found on Adam's shelf too, so I have a small section of DVDs and cassette tapes inside our storage area in our garage, so it was pretty easy to find. It only took me a few minutes. This is No Tomorrow DVD from 1999. Pam Grier, Master P, Gary Busey. Found again on Adam's shelf too. And this DVD sold really good. Average DVD or CD I sell for $6.99. This particular one sold for $8.99 plus shipping to boot. So it must have been something that you know, isn't, you know, very high count as far as, you know, selling online. So I was very thrilled about that. All right, so yeah, we have 12, so we're caught up with Madcap Toys Plus. No pending orders there currently. We do have some pending orders on the regular Godfather Madcap Toys, of course, because he has a lot more on than I do, like 500% more. So I have over 2,000 items on Madcap Plus. Of course, he has 10,781. So trying to catch up Madcap Plus, but it is a struggle a little bit to find a little more time on a daily basis. I try to list as best as I can late at night, but now that I'm really back on the insurance really strong, it's having to juggle those things. So gonna get to that, but yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, guys. But again, one thing you want to do, especially if you're a high volume seller, is take the time out, put it on a calendar if you have to, but look at a lot of your high dollar items to see if you are A, competitive, but B, you also want to make sure that you're making your own, not only your money back, but also profiting well as well, but not also too much high where people just say, I'll just wait till someone lists it again later at a lot less price, right? And also you want to check your shipping too. Once in a while, even though you could swear to goodness you put 6 ounces on this cassette tape, you know, a lot of times things happen, whether there's glitches in the system or something. It may accidentally be 15 ounces to a pound or more on accident. You never know. So just adjust your shipping as needed and go from there. Guys, I'm just going to get back into the house and see if I can find that other item after I look through here. But you guys have been fantastic. And until next time, bye-bye.